Welcome to Consulting Conversations with Kris and Katie. Today we are talking about the 3 things that you need to start your consulting business. Kris, what is the first thing that we recommend people have?
Yeah, this is the core, is in order to consult, you need something to consult on, right? You need some service, some skill, some expertise that you have. Now, many professionals have lots of things they can do and some things that they're pretty good at. But here's the caveat, is you not only need to have a skill set or something, but it needs to be something that people are willing to pay for. So you've got to figure out, of all the things you can do, which ones are in demand in the marketplace, which ones are people looking to outsource. So you need to have marketable expertise, but that marketable expertise needs to be something that you're good at, something that clients have a need for, and something that they're willing to pay for.
So what would you consider what your marketable expertise was when you first started?
Yeah, it was really clear to me. It was work that I loved, and it was one of the things that propelled me into consulting. And it was working with organizations. It was organizational change management. I had worked with my employer for the last 4 or 5 years doing that kind of work. I had very specific training in that work. And some of the training came from some of the top names in the industry. So I had the credentials, I had the experience. It was work that I had done in a variety of situations. It was work that I loved. It was the work that I wanted to continue to do. So Katie, yeah, so that was number 1, marketable expertise. What's the second?
So the second thing that we recommend you have is a developed or a strong network. One of a consultant's most important assets, we believe, is a good network. And that's because consulting is really a relationship-based industry or relationship-based business. So having a developed network isn't just knowing a lot of people within your company. It's really having a diverse connections into the community, into different industries potentially, or different types of businesses. And it can look like having, some peers within it. Maybe you have a coach, or some people who are willing to walk by your side as you go through the process of building your business. Can also look like having connectors, or people who really love to connect one person with another. Clients can be part of your network as well, but we just know that if you're getting started and you don't have a developed network to help you get the word out about what you're doing and help connect you to potential clients, it can really negatively impact, I think, what your first few years will look like, and could even be a deal breaker in getting started.
So you started right out of college,
Yeah.
virtually.
Yeah.
Right out of college. And how was your network when you got started? And then what did you do to get it to a better place?
Yeah, at first when I was thinking about this, I thought it wasn't super developed, just in terms of kind of like width and breadth. I didn't have a ton of connections because my whole world had revolved around being at Purdue University. It was with other students in different organizations. And then I realized, well, I didn't have a ton of connections outside of college. I had made the right connections within what I was doing at Purdue. And so that was connections to you, who you were then able to help me start to network into the different types of businesses that I wanted to work with, and meet other people who were doing similar things, which helped me grow my network. And then it was also, I had a very strong connection to a potential client through work that I had done at Purdue. And so while it wasn't huge to start, I had the key ones that I needed, and then was able to, with a focused effort, continue to grow and make those relationships. And that happened either over coffee or meeting on email or Zoom, and then developing out true mutually beneficial relationships with people that, can still support me, and I can support them to this day.
Right. I think you're a great example of this notion that the right people are better than a lot of people. And so
Yeah.
just having a couple key connections, a couple key people in your network that you can leverage, that are willing to help and support you, that are willing to take a chance on you doing work for them, or people that are willing to connect and get you connected with other folks.
The right people.
The
Yeah.
right people.
It's
Yeah.
not a 2,000 LinkedIn connections does not
No,
a
it's
good developed network make. Awesome. Okay, so second thing you need, a good network, the right people. Kris, what is the last thing we recommend?
yeah. That would be some type of financial safety net,
Hmm.
because starting any business requires an investment of your time and your money. It also means, most likely for most people, there's going to be a gap in your income, right? There's going to be a time when you're getting started where either you don't quite have a fully developed client portfolio yet, or your work is a little bit erratic. Um, who knows? But we know that consulting income can be lucrative, but at the same time, it can be extremely erratic.
Right.
And so some people have clients right off the bat, and other people, it may take a year or so to develop their business. So having some type of financial safety net, there's a couple ways to look at it. One is you can get there through thinking about how to supplement your income. For me, that was through unemployment insurance and a severance package. But,
Mm-hmm.
is there a way to supplement your income, or do you have other sources of income? Are there ways you can stash away money? So lots of questions on how do you have some flow of income that you can tap into. But the second one, quite honestly, that we tend to overlook is, how do you strip some expenses out? Maybe for a year or two, you do without your lattes. Maybe you just look
Downsides.
hard. Yeah, you look hard at all those expenses and see what you can do. So we've worked with some people at Leap who have downsized, right? They've gone from a big house to a smaller house. So there's lots of different ways to balance that income versus expenses piece. But you're going to need to have some money at your disposal, because you're leaving a regular paycheck into one that has more variability.
Right. For me, that was living at home with my parents after I
Yeah.
graduated from college until I got enough income to know I could go and move down to Indianapolis and begin building the business here. And even then, kept expenses pretty small until I was at a place where I could start to expand what I was spending. So, I was at a different place in life than other people who join this career path will be, but um, there are still ways to make it work, I believe, wherever you are within your career path.
Right. I think the key is just going into it with the knowledge that even if you have a client already lined up, that you just need some, financial slack, right? Some ability to have some resources you can draw on when you need them. And that, for many of us, it's going to take a while to get things up and running.
Yeah. All right. So, in kind of summary, the three main things that we recommend you have would be a marketable expertise or a marketable skill set, a strong developed network, and then a financial safety net. And if you are interested in learning more about kind of these concepts, or you want to learn more about starting your own consulting business, we have some resources for you here.